in a video where I was going on a bit of a rant, I was explaining to the players that they were watching too much YouTube instead of actually practicing. And I said to them, stop watching me on YouTube and go work on your game. And people really loved that phrase so much that they were repeating the phrase back to me. So about a year later, when I was just thinking of, let me come up with a brand name for all this stuff that I'm doing, I said, work on your game is perfect because it encompasses everything I was doing in sports, but also where I saw myself going in the future, which was extracting a mindset piece and eventually into business. And it was inspired by, yes, you have to know the game that you're in, John, and develop your game so that you can play it at the highest level, so you can make it, quote unquote, in anything that you're doing.
I think that goes for people across a lot of different areas. Need to be doing more and watching less.
But the most important thing is that it comes from someone who played in a game where you have to be in the top 2% to even get in. But there are probably 10 times as many people who have the talent, John, than actually get in. So for every one guy you see playing in the NFL or MLB or NBA, there's 10 to 20 who are just as talented, but they didn't get in. So you have to figure out how to actually get in the game. You have to be systematic about getting your opportunity and keeping it. All of those pieces are what make it work. And if it can work in sports, then it can work in business. Working hard, the metaphor I like to use, John, is that hard work is necessary for success, but hard work is to success what salt, pepper, and oregano are to a sandwich. Is that they do make it better, but if all you have is salt, pepper, and oregano, you're still gonna be hungry. So working on your game is about, first of all, understanding what game you're actually in. A lot of people don't know what game they're in. And if you don't know, then it doesn't matter how hard you work because you don't have a direction of where you're going. So working on your game is about understanding the direction and then engineering the discipline and the systems so that your hard work fits into a process that is producing a desired outcome. And when you get that equation wrong, you can work really hard and you'll produce something. You'll produce a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but you will not produce results. Well, is that if you're going to be a professional, number one thing you have to do is find a way, by hook or by crook, to show up consistently and do your job. So if you're doing something that's your main paid occupation, as soon as you take money from someone, a boss, a customer, whoever, there's an expectation of delivery. So you have to actually show up and deliver when you're getting paid. And even on the days that you don't feel like it, you show up. Now, what's the difference between the pro and the amateur is that the pro finds a way to keep showing up even when they don't feel like it, whereas the amateur has the luxury of not showing up when they don't feel like it because the amateur is not being paid. How you show up on that day is what makes you a pro, because it's easy to show up, John, when you feel good. Now, what about when you missed your last 10 sales calls, or the leads are coming in slowly, or you haven't gotten any great results in the last 3 weeks and everything's looking terrible? The true pros show up when it's not going well and when things are not easy.